I'm attorney Richard Mather. If you've been involved in a car accident and you're not sure what to do, call me first. You have questions, we have answers. The phone call is free, the advice is free, and you don't pay anything until we win your case. That's right, no fee unless I get money for you. If you've been hurt in a car accident, call me first. It's free. Pick up the phone right now and call 432-2580, where help is just a phone call away.
Baldwin County Home Builders presents the Parade of Homes this Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. The Showcase Home in the Willows in Fairhope is a great place to start. Parade maps are available in local newspapers, The Real Estate Connection, and at bchba.com. Living in Baldwin County is more than just owning a home, it's a lifestyle.
Home Place breaks the price barrier
on America's best-selling furniture.
100-inch sofas sell nationally at $699. Home Place price $488.
Solid wood 5-piece bedrooms designed to sell at $999. Home Place price $699. Plus interest-free financing for 24 months.
There's no place like Home Place.
For everyone, for less.
Get into the groove. 107.3 The Groove.
Become a fan. WKRG News 5 on Facebook. In high definition, the news starts now.
First on 5, the frontrunner in Alabama's race for governor admits his campaign worked behind the scenes with one of the state's most powerful unions. Hello, I'm Jessica Taloni.
And I'm Mel Showers. Thanks for watching. 2 weeks before the general election, questions surround the leading candidate to be Alabama's next governor.
Despite publicly trying to distance himself from the Alabama Education Association, new information suggests Robert Bentley's campaign worked closely with the teachers union. Roseanne Haven spoke exclusively with Robert Bentley about allegations that his campaign has not been honest.
Mel and Jessica, published reports suggest GOP candidate Robert Bentley formed a secret alliance with the Alabama Education Association to defeat Bentley's arch rival, Bradley Byrne. Now, yesterday, I asked Dr. Bentley the tough questions in an exclusive interview. That means it's a story you will only see right here on News 5.
Tired of all the negative ads.
From the beginning, Dr. Robert Bentley made it clear he wouldn't participate in negative campaigning, though published reports refer to emails that show he was taking support from the Alabama Education Association, a teachers union with deep pockets taking aim at Bentley's primary opponent, Bradley Byrne.
The AEA was against Bradley Byrne. I mean, they really were. It was a battle between AEA and Bradley Byrne. Did what they did that helped me? Probably did. Did we ever discuss anything with AEA? We did some, but we never instigated any of that.
But a published report in the Mobile Press Register refers to documents showing the Bentley campaign took a calculated risk, reaching out to Byrne's arch enemy, the Alabama Education Association.
It would have occurred without us.
But does that go against what you've said before, that you were just an innocent bystander?
Well, you know, I was an innocent bystander up until that point. Did they help me during that time? Probably. They probably did help.
I asked Bentley's opponent for the general election. We're sorry about that cutting out. Just to let you know, late this afternoon, Dr. Bentley also issued a news release saying, "We are not taking any money directly or indirectly from the AEA now or after the campaign, but there is some question as to whether Dr. Bentley violated Alabama election laws. You will hear his response to that coming up at 6 o'clock. Also, you will hear a response from his opponent in the race, Democrat candidate Ron Sparks. Be sure to join us tonight at 6.
Well, out with the old and in with the new. There's a new chairman at Ladd-Peebles Stadium. Board members unanimously approved Earl McKinnell as the new leader. Former chairman Milton Joyner was not present for today's meeting, but he told News 5 last Friday that he felt he was going to be voted out. For the past month or so, the stadium has been making headlines over unauthorized overtime. An independent audit showed General Manager Paul Christopher and bookkeeper Cynthia Towner paid themselves more than $100,000 in overtime without the board's permission. Board member John Thompson was the one who discovered the missing money. He's now the board's new treasurer.
It's our money, yours, mine, and everybody, so we need to be a good steward of those resources, and to have an audit or an oversight on those funds is a good thing. And we have not had that. There hasn't been any checks and balances, and we need that, and that's a positive thing going forward for Ladd and for Mobile.
Mobile Mayor Sam Jones told the board that it needed to find a resolution to the overtime issue, have a plan in place for the upcoming Senior Bowl and GoDaddy.com Bowl, and change its leadership. We'll hear more from the new board chairman tonight at 6 o'clock.
Moving on now to our coastal recovery. Operation Deep Clean is underway on Alabama beaches. This is phase 3 of the cleaning operations to get Alabama's beaches back to pre-oil spill condition. News 5's Debbie Williams joins us live now from one of 2 locations where crews have been working today. So Debbie, how's it look so far?
Well, it's looking okay for kind of a slow starting kind of day. Crews have been working. There are 2 crews here in Alabama, and they started one of the places right here at Cotton Bayou Public Access in Orange Beach. But the phrase of the day seems to be trial and error as they're trying to work out some kinks as they get the deep clean underway. The first of 2 sand sharks headed to the state is working near the Alabama-Florida line, and while it can clean up to 18 inches deep, it is big and it is slow. Most of what we saw it picking up was shells and very little oil product. But this is a section of the beach that saw very little oiling anyway. The sand behind it looks and feels clean. 2 teams started working today, one at the state line, the other at the Cotton Bayou Access here in Orange Beach.
We started this morning at 6 a.m. We'll go to 6 p.m. and we'll do that for a few days and see how far we get and what kind of success. And if we need to do different hours or more people, then we'll adjust at that point. But this is the start of what we've all talked about for a couple of months now, really getting these beaches back to the level of clean we want them to be at.
Now, we spoke with Orange Beach Mayor Tony Kennon later this afternoon after we spoke with the BP folks, and he said this is a very important week. This is a trial week for them, that they are going to look at them and oversee what they're doing, see if the pace is right, and see if the cleaning process is actually cleaning the sand to the degree that they want it cleaned. We'll have much more coming up at 6. Live in Orange Beach, Debbie Williams, News 5.
Since the oil crisis, at least 4 BP gas stations in South Baldwin County have switched fuel distributors and changed names. And by the end of the year, more BP stations could jump ship. BP executives are meeting with hundreds of fuel distributors in Washington this week to find a way to repair the company's tarnished brand. But as News 5's Pat Peterson reports, keeping BP station owners from defecting could be a hard sell.
3 months ago, this Shell gas station in Summerdale was a BP station. The same goes for this newly converted Shell in Foley and at least 2 other stations in South Baldwin County now flying a different company logo.
Thank you very much. You have a good day. Thank you.
Eloise Pope owns a BP station in Robertsdale, the only BP station remaining on a 10-mile stretch of Highway 59 from I-10 to Foley.
A lot of it has affected me, except my local trade that's very loyal.
Pope, who has operated this station for more than 30 years, says because of the BP oil disaster, she's considering switching gas distributors.
I had thought about it at one time, but I'm still kind of on the fence about that because I know that BP is a good gas. The product is good.
BP executives are meeting with station owners and gas distributors this week to find a way to repair its damaged image and stop more stations from defecting.
Just because I'm a BP station does not mean that it has anything to do with me individually, because I am home-owned and home-operated.
Pope, who says her only connection to BP is the logo and a contract to buy gas, says that might be impossible.
The product is good, but there is some that have changed.
Now, more than 500 BP officials, distributors, and vendors will attend this week's meetings in Washington. A few of the issues that will be discussed include creating a new BP logo, a possible name change, and offering incentives to BP station owners who do not defect and go to another fuel provider. Reporting live from the Baldwin County Newsroom, Pat Peterson, News 5.
Thank you, Pat. Jury selection began today in the trial of a man accused of killing his wife and young son in Mobile. Michael Wolf pleaded not guilty in February of 2009. He was arrested after police found the bodies of his 29-year-old wife and their 2-year-old son in the family's West Mobile trailer. If convicted, Wolf could be sentenced to death or life in prison without parole.
Local farmers are desperately hoping for rain as drought conditions continue along the Gulf Coast. Take a look at this tractor kicking up dry dirt and sand in a peanut field near Fairhope. Crop fields and pastures all across the Gulf Coast are bone dry. Now, the dry weather is actually good for the local cotton and peanut harvest, but farmers are very concerned about how the drought will affect wheat planting and pasture planting for winter grazing.
It could definitely cause some financial problems because not getting your crops planted on time, definitely affects the outcome of yield later on.
October could be one of the driest Octobers on record. In fact, we may not see any measurable rain before the end of the month. So how long is this dry spell expected to last? Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Alan Seals.
Well, fall is typically our driest time of the year, so right now in the foreseeable future, it's going to continue. I've been showing you these numbers throughout the year. Pensacola, 54 inches of rain, which is about average. Mobile, 48 inches of rain, which is a half a foot below average, which is really not that far below average. But here's the big deal. Here's why we're at a drought. The last 6 out of the last 8 months have been drier than average. So we started off wet during the year, but recently we've been a lot more dry than you want it to be. In this week, not much of a chance for showers. Maybe some on Wednesday, maybe a few next week, but dry, quiet, calm, but at least calm in the tropics. I've got the rest of the forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Alan. Here's a wake-up call for Facebook users. Facebook has admitted to sharing users' personal information with other companies without permission. Some of the site's most popular games are to blame. News 5 web reporter Lauren Styler joins us now live from our newsroom. And Lauren, what games are we talking about?
Well, Mel, if you use Facebook apps like Farmville, Mafia Wars, or Texas Hold'em, your personal information may have been released to internet tracking companies. This is a violation of the social network's own rules, according to a Wall Street Journal investigation. Facebook's 10 most popular games inadvertently gave out users' names, and in some cases the names of their friends, to at least 25 advertising and data firms. Even people with the strictest privacy settings were at risk. A San Francisco-based company called Rapleaf was able to link information to its own database of internet users. Rapleaf is a search engine that lets you look for the names and ages of people, including which social networks they belong to. Now, a Facebook representative said the company's now taking steps to dramatically limit exposure to other companies. One of Facebook's biggest challenges has been to protect users' privacy. Reporting live in the newsroom, Lauren Styler, News 5.
In news outside the Gulf Coast today, 4 men have been convicted in a New York terrorist plot. A jury reached the verdict in a federal courtroom today. The men were convicted in a plot to blow up New York City's synagogues and shoot down military planes. James Cromartie is the alleged ringleader of the group. The other 3 men were recruited by him to fire heat-seeking missiles at cargo planes. Police in Southern California say former NFL linebacker Junior Seau drove his SUV off an embankment just hours after he was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence. Seau was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Seau played for the San Diego Chargers and 2 other teams before retiring after last season. The wreck happened 5 hours after he was released from jail. And a tiny California town is finally arriving in the 21st century. Phone lines are being run into Iowa Hill, California, thanks to a $2.5 million grant from the Public Utilities Commission. The town hasn't had phone service until now.
A post office shooting in Tennessee. This story coming up in news around the South.
WKRG News 5 weather is sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Alabama. Your good morning starts with updated news from around the world and right here at home.
Give me 5. Give me 5.
Your good morning starts with time-saving traffic reports.
Give me 5.
Your good morning starts with a forecast that's simple and to the point.
Give me 5.
Your good morning starts with 3 people who get up way too early.
Give me 5.
Your good morning start with Bill, Devin, and John. Give us 5 in the morning, and you'll see why your good mornings start with WKRG News 5.
Traditional values, faith in God. Judge Kelly Wise, standing up for what's right. She's interpreted the law, not created it. She's protected our values. Conservative, experienced leadership. Judge Kelly Wise for Supreme Court.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eastern Shore Toyota is on your side. A lifetime warranty is part of the deal. On new and used cars, a price appeal. Eastern Shore Toyota's on your side with a lifetime warranty for your ride. All the selection you'll ever need at real low prices. Come and see.
The Sweet Moments package is baby blue, calming, tranquil like the sky. But look within and you will find exploding baked chocolate indulgence, coated with sinfulness, oozing with decadence. Ooh, observe the dainty birds and tiny curlicues. But look within and you will find primal forces of chocolate, instantly satisfying every iota of yearning. New Pillsbury Sweet Moments, brownie bites and bowls in the refrigerated section.
The son of a steelworker, Mike Boland learned early about hard work. He learned the values he carries with him every day to the Alabama Supreme Court. Honesty, integrity, fairness, decades of experience. Justice Mike Boland.
Now, Alan Seals with First Alert Weather.
It has been a quiet start to what's going to be another dry week. And through the night, calm, just a few high, thin clouds. Otherwise, typical. 70 degrees at 7 o'clock this evening. Winds will be just about very light out of the southwest, even at midnight, mid-60s. And as we start tomorrow morning, we could see some light fog, 59 degrees. You'll notice our mornings will be getting a couple of degrees more mild than they were in the last several days, but still about average. Here's where we're sitting right now in Evergreen, 81 degrees, 76 in Pensacola, Destin, 75 degrees, and most of us in the coastal counties are in the mid-70s. Once you get inland, a little bit warmer. That's the pattern that we're also going to see for tomorrow. But look at the travel map. From early in the morning toward mid-afternoon, few clouds in the Gulf, maybe 1 or 2 clouds passing by, but no rain in our Monday forecast. This is going to continue all the way through the week. A small chance for seeing a shower on Wednesday, but a big chance for seeing pretty scenes around the Gulf Coast. This picture was taken at Mobile Yacht Club by Bama Bob, a beautiful sunrise scene, some color in the sky. And as you were watching the sky this afternoon, you probably noticed these splotches of cirrus clouds. It's a picture I took about 30 minutes ago here outside News 5. By the way, you may wonder why the letters on our tower are backward. It's because I'm on the other side that most people see it from, so they're really not backward. Here's some more cirrus clouds. Our Alpha Sky Cam at Battleship Memorial Park is looking northward across the Bayway. 75 degrees, south wind at 13 miles an hour. And because the winds are out of the south at 13, we're seeing a higher dew point, 64. So it's feeling slightly muggy, but not muggy enough for wet weather. Here's First Alert Titan showing the rain around the United States. You'll notice it runs in a band pretty much from the Ohio Valley across the Central Plains back toward the southwestern states. It's not very heavy rain. The colors are all green, which means not very heavy. It also means we're not going to see much of a chance for wet weather. By tomorrow afternoon at 2:30, if you're traveling around the southeast, going toward Little Rock, you'll run into some wet weather there. That wet weather is coming toward us, but as it gets closer, it literally fizzles apart. So by Wednesday afternoon, we are left partly cloudy and dry. We could see an isolated sprinkle move through, but rain chances extremely low once again. Here are your travel temperatures tomorrow. In Atlanta, 75 degrees, Birmingham, 77. But once you get closer to the I-10 corridor, you're finding lower 80s, and this is where we're going to be for most of the week. A little bit above average with your daytime temperatures and nighttime temperatures. Even though there's some cooler 70s and 60s to the north, they're not going to make it here. Here's what we get for tonight. Sun goes to bed at 6:18. The coolest spots will be in the lower 50s tonight as opposed to the lower 40s, which is where you were back to Friday night and Saturday night. Most of us middle 50s tonight, a gentle southwest wind, and then we keep the sunshine. Some thin clouds tomorrow, partly cloudy skies on Wednesday, but notice through the entire extended outlook, we're not seeing raindrops. Not much more than a tiny chance Wednesday, and then on Monday. I'll have a little more on your forecast in a few minutes.
2 postal workers are dead in a shooting in Tennessee. That story in news around the South when we come back.
Mystery free play giveaway. Step right up to win your share of up to $2 million in free play now through November 27th at Beau Rivage.
The son of a steelworker, Mike Bolin learned early about hard work. He learned the values he carries with him every day to the Alabama Supreme Court. Honesty, integrity, fairness, decades of experience. Justice Mike Bolin.
The 2010 Toyota Corolla. How often is something this stylish, this affordable?
Now lease a new 2010 Toyota Corolla LE for $119 a month. Plus get Toyota Care with complimentary maintenance and roadside assistance.
Speed. Handling. And room for your whole carpool.
Yeah, looks like we beat traffic.
The 271 horsepower Accord Cross Tour with available 4-wheel drive.
For great leases and low financing, go to shophonda.com or see your Honda dealer.
Good morning, Commander.
CBS tonight. Hawaii 5-0 turns up the heat.
It's my kind of girl.
And lays down the law.
The girl's body was found off Aikika's money. Sister was still missing.
He didn't kidnap his daughters for money.
He must have something they want.
Oh! Everything okay?
Probably not.
Hold tight, we're coming in.
On the ground! Please, I just want my daughter back.
A new Hawaii 5-0 tonight, only CBS.
Traditional values, faith in God. Judge Kelly Wise, standing up for what's right. She's interpreted the law, not created it. She's protected our values. Conservative, experienced leadership. Judge Kelly Wise for Supreme Court.
2 post office workers are killed in what appears to be a robbery in Tennessee. The tops are a look at news around the South that happened this morning in the town of Henning, northeast of Memphis. The Sheriff's Department said 2 female employees were shot and killed. The FBI and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation are searching for 2 men in a maroon Chevy Malibu that was seen leaving that area. Those of you living in Florida can start voting in the 2010 general election. All you have to do is request a vote-by-mail ballot or find your early voting location. You can cast your early ballots until October 31st. Election Day is November 2nd. Just check with your county supervisor of elections for more information. Well, Big Brother is no longer watching you in New Orleans. The city has shut down its crime camera program. City leaders say the cameras are costly and ineffective. The district attorney says the program has resulted in just 6 indictments in the 7 years they've been operating. City leaders plan to take the money from the failed program and put it back into the New Orleans Police Department.
Up next, a recap of our top stories, including Dr. Robert Bentley's campaign, admitting they worked behind the scenes with one of the state's most powerful unions.
Alabama has a clear choice. I oppose the federal takeover of health care. My opponent said he would have voted for it. I'll clean up Montgomery. My opponent says it's not corrupt. I'll not wait for Washington to stop illegal immigration. And I support our Constitution, which guarantees state sovereignty. If you like what's happening in Washington and Montgomery, then vote for my opponent. If you don't, then join me in putting Alabama back to work. I'm Dr. Robert Bentley, and I need your vote for governor.
It starts itself, opens itself, adapts itself, alerts itself, and sees for itself. The 2010 Buick Enclave, the world's finest luxury crossover and a consumer's digest Best Buy. Now get an Enclave for 0% APR for 60 months or $2,000 cash back.
Do you need some extra cash to fill up your gas tank or pay a power or phone bill? You probably have some old gold lying around that's either broken or you never wear. Clean out that jewelry box and bring it to Confidential Loans. We're the premier buyer and lender on gold and jewelry, and we pay top dollar for your unwanted gold. With gold at an all-time high, you don't want to hesitate, so gather your gold and get the extra cash you need today. Confidential Loans, located in the Regions Bank building.
Refrigerators can cost you big time on your power bill if the gaskets aren't up to snuff. To test yours, take a $1 bill and insert it between the refrigerator door and the door jamb. If it pulls out too easily, like this did, or worse, if it falls out, it's time to install new gaskets. Try this at home. It might just wind up saving you a few of these. For more money-saving energy efficiency tips, visit alabamapower.com/tips.
Modern, Southern style. Belk.
The top 5 news stories sent to you every day at WKRG.com.
There were lots of great weekend events here on the Gulf Coast and perfect weather for all of them.
It was all good, and now people are looking ahead, or little people are looking ahead to Halloween. You may have the same dry, crispy, crunchy pattern, and definitely for the next 3 days. We've got sunshine tomorrow, about 83 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy, a tiny chance for a shower, but don't count on it. Then Thursday, same story, mostly sunny and dry.
Okay, thank you, Alan. Recapping today's top stories. Dr. Robert Bentley has filed an amended campaign expense report after it was learned he got help indirectly from the AEA to defeat Bradley Byrne in the Republican primary for governor. Bentley now says his campaign has decided not to accept any further money or help from AEA now or after the election.
And Operation Deep Clean is underway on Alabama beaches. This is phase 3 of the cleaning operations to get Alabama's beaches back to pre-oil spill condition. The first of 2 sand sharks started out today at the Alabama-Florida line. They're supposed to be able to clean up to 18 inches below the surface of the sand. Most of what we saw today was it picking up shells and very little oil product, but the sand behind the machines did look and feel clean.
BP executives are meeting with station owners and gas distributors this week to find a way to repair its damaged image and stop more stations from changing gasoline companies. Many station owners on the Gulf Coast and across the country have been under fire since oil explosion and disaster. We want to thank you for making News 5 your choice for news.
Coming up tonight and next on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric, former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin helps kick off the Tea Party.
After 40 years, the American Heart Association has changed its guidelines for performing CPR.
Plus, Steve Hartman finally meets the man who's helped him choose the locations for his Everybody in the World has a Story series from space.
Look forward to seeing that.
He always is good.
And we'll see you back here tonight at 6 o'clock.
See you then.
Join Caligas as we fight against hunger. For more info, visit Caligas.com.
The son of a steelworker, Mike Boland learned early about hard work. He learned the values he carries with him every day to the Alabama Supreme Court. Honesty, integrity, fairness, decades of experience. Justice, Mike Boland.
Traditional values, faith in God. Judge Kelly Wise, standing up for what's right. She's interpreted the law, not created it. She's protected our values. Conservative, experienced leadership. Judge Kelly Wise for Supreme Court.
So, I built my Zaxby's boneless wings meal, and now it's time for the final step in my construction project, the finishing work. Oh, I'm gonna want 2 coats.
The Boneless Wings Meal. 5 of our delicious boneless wings tossed in one of our 10 signature sauces. Served with celery, ranch, crinkle fries, and a 22-ounce drink. All for only $5.29. Zaxby's. Indescribably good for 20 years.
Zesty.
Ring, 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 ring.
Progresso. Hi. We love your Weight Watchers endorsed soups, but my husband looks the way he did 20 years ago.
Well, that's great.
You haven't seen it.
But my other can's ringing. Progresso.
Hey, can you tell my wife to relax and enjoy the view?
Progresso, you gotta taste this soup.
Let's get Chinese.
Should we order Panda Blossom, Panda Moon?
How about Chinese at home with Wanchai Ferry? You can make it in just 14 minutes.
Orange chicken.
Great.
I didn't feel like going out anyway.
Wanchai Ferry, restaurant quality Chinese in your grocer's freezer.
180,000 miles. Back roads, highways, main streets. And every once in a while, a cleanup. That's what we need in Montgomery. Time to clean out the politicians, special interests, and corruption. Wash out the lobbyists, the grand jury investigation. To get our economy growing and create jobs. Dirty job? You bet. Takes a big man to do it. Big Luther Strange.
Big Luther, you gotta clean up Montgomery. You can count on it.
Big Luther Strange, an honest attorney general.
Election day is November 2nd. And right now, there are men and women fighting overseas for your right to vote. I know my husband was over there. Please go vote. To find out if you're registered, where to vote, or see a sample ballot, visit alabamavotes.gov. This message is brought to you by the Alabama Secretary of State and the men and women fighting for your freedom. So please, visit alabamavotes.gov and vote on November 2nd.
Traditional values, faith in God. Judge Kelly Wise, standing up for what's right. She's interpreted the law, not created it. She's protected our values. Conservative, experienced leadership. Judge Kelly Wise for Supreme Court.
The son of a steelworker, Mike Boland learned early about hard work. He learned the values he carries with him every day to the Alabama Supreme Court. Honesty, integrity, fairness, decades of experience. Justice, Mike Boland.
You're watching the Gulf Coast News Leader, WKRG News 5.
Thank you!
Tonight, Sarah Palin fuels up the Tea Party Express for a cross-country road tour.
You are winning, Joe Six-Pack!
And Ken Buck, he's looking to ride the Tea Party wave to victory in Colorado. I'm Katie Couric. Also tonight, breach of privacy. An app mishap turns Facebook into an open book. A matter of life and death, the new right way to perform CPR. And he's been Steve Hartman's human GPS. Now he's back on terra firma, and it's time to hear his story.
From CBS News World Headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
Good evening, everyone. It's been one of the driving forces of Campaign 2010, and today the Tea Party movement began a final drive to get the candidates it supports elected on November 2nd. The Tea Party Express is traveling cross-country in the final 2 weeks before the election with rallies in 30 cities, from Nevada to New Hampshire. First stop, they call it the biggest little city in the world, Reno. Ben Tracy is there. Ben, it was the biggest show in town today.
It sure was, Katie, and it's not by chance.